Hi everybody, my name is Miss Johnson. I decided to do this video because, for one, I know that it is really hard for you all to get out and purchase really good homemade cupcakes. So, you know, if you are going to celebrate, I wanted you to be able to, or the kids to be able to bake their own graduation cupcakes this year with everything that's going on. I did not want the list, because it's 5 pages long, with the invitation, the bake-off, and everything to overwhelm you and discourage you from participating. So that's another reason why I decided to do the video, so I could just go ahead and talk through all of the items and let you know what you can and cannot substitute and what you can modify so that your kids can be successful in creating this cupcake like a pro. So the first thing I'm going to do is scroll down to my additional supply list, and I'm going to scroll down to my additional supply list, and then I'm going to start with the Dollar Tree. Michael's and Walmart is interchangeable, and all the items are at Walmart or most of the items are at Walmart or Michael's, so you don't have to go to all 3 stores. I put the Dollar Tree on there and the items that are at the Dollar Tree just so that you could get some really inexpensive items to bake, because they do sell a lot of these items at the Dollar Tree and they're only $1. So we're going to start off by talking about the cupcake pans. They come in 6. Our batter costs for $24. So if you want to get 4 of these, you can. If you want to get 2 and just put 2 in the oven at a time, put 12 in the oven at a time, you can do that as well. Some of you already have these pans at home. You can use those. It's nothing special to the pans. I never use the aluminum ones. If you want to try them, you can. But I will get the ones for $1. These are reusable. I had mine for over a year. So that if your kids want to continue to bake, these are the ones to get. You need a tall cylinder base. This also comes at the Dollar Tree. This tall cylinder base. You do not necessarily have to have this. I use this to hold my icing bag so that when I get ready to fill it, it's not so difficult. I'm not holding it in my hand and making a mess. This works a little bit easier for me. If you want to hold it in your hand, you can. If you want to use a different tall glass that you already have at home, you could do that as well. You could. So I'm going to go ahead to the next item. You need measuring spoons and measuring cups. You can use the glass one if you already have that at home for the wet ingredients. For the dry ingredients, you need the ones without a spout, so it looks like this. If you have the ones with a spout, or if you can't find the ones without a spout, you can use this as well. But you have to have one of these for your dry ingredients, because you're going to be leveling it off, and you can't do that in a tall glass. So you want to get measuring spoons. I'm not sure if you can see this really well. And then the measuring cups. You need scissors. You're going to need scissors to cut your icing bag. A lot of these items on our list, you will have these at home. I created the list so that you can have this stuff prepared on your table when we start the class. So everything, you don't have to buy brand new. You could use the regular kitchen scissors. You could use scissors that your kids may have did some school projects with. Just make sure they're really clean. Or you can buy a pair of scissors from the dollar store. You need these to cut your icing bag, whether you get disposable icing bags or you get the reusable ones. So you're going to have to cut this. It comes in clothes. Okay, so you need paper towels. You can use paper towels from McDonald's if you want to. Or just have some paper towels or something handy. You could use your dish rag and your dish towel if you want to do that as well. That's not a necessity for this. But you just need something to wipe down your area, wipe down your tray. If you get something on your cupcake pan, you just want to have something readily available so you can clean up behind yourself as we're going through this process. Now I'm going to go to the Walmart list. For Walmart, You could get cupcake liners. I'm going to do Walmart and Michael's together. You could get cupcake liners from Walmart or Michael's. It does not matter where you go for these. If you want to get the ones for $1, they're down the bacon aisle. In the beginning of the bacon aisle. And they have, I think, 96 come in the pack. And they're colorful. I have black. Just so we can stick with the color theme. If that's not what you want to do, that's totally up to you. Those are the cupcake liners. Like I said, our recipe is only going to make 24 cupcakes, so you just need 24 of them. You need a 1M icing tip to put in your bag. They're going to be metal. When you get down the bacon aisle, you're going to see other icing bags that this already come with. It looks like you could toss it away. I would not get that. I would make sure I get the 1M Wilton icing tip. This comes behind the party section in Walmart, or you could go to Walmart or Michael's and get this as well. And Walmart is going to be behind the section in the middle of the store where the paper, where you do the parties at, and the paper plates and cups right behind that aisle, either right behind it or the aisle next to it. They should have a Wilton aisle where the wedding stuff is at. It'll be, you know, you can find chocolate, candy, and other party items on that aisle. And you could get the 1M icing tip. It's less than $2. It may be like $1.49 or $1.79 or something like that. If you have multiple kids that want to participate, I will let them make the cupcakes together. Because like I said, you're going to have 24. And you could choose different flavors. I will let them make that together. I will make sure that I get all of them at least their own pan. And all of them their own icing bags. The rest of the stuff that they could do that together. I also have pastry bags on the list. These pastry bags, they come in at Walmart and Michael's. This box is, and it says Celebrated. That is the brand of this. You could get any of them. You could get cake balls. I'm not sure what the different stores sell. This is the icing bag. So you're going to need this. If you don't want to make a real beautiful cupcake, you can use a Ziploc bag if you want. If you want your cupcake to come out like a pro, you're going to need an icing bag. Like I said, Michael's have these. I believe this box is $20, but you can use the 40% off coupon to get it. It only comes off of one item, so if you want to use it off of 2, you're going to have to take your kids with you, or 3 or 4. But you can get this on sale at Michael's for 40 or 50% off. And that will make the bag, that will make the box $10, in between 10 to 11, maybe in between 10 to $12. However, you could always use these. 100 come in here. They're disposable, and if you have multiple kids, like I said before, they could all share, you know, this box. And I will also be uploading videos weekly and having classes weekly. If they want to participate in that, it's good to buy the box. If you don't want to buy the box because you can't afford the box, or, you know, the box is a little too costly and you say, oh, they only going to do it one time, you can get them this. But this one is, I believe, $3.99 or $4.99. It's reusable, but they each need one. So that's going to make that $10 or $15 or whatever. That's why I prefer, if you have multiple kids, the box will come in handy. However, if they want to continue to bake, they could get this reusable one, but they each need at least their own icing bag. You need rubber spatulas. If you want to use a spoon, you can. This will just help you be able to scrape all your cake batter up, or your icing up, or whatever you're doing at that time. If you don't have these, you can still participate in a class and use spoons if that's what you choose to do. I also have on the list, I have a handheld mixer. You definitely need one of these. You could have, I believe, any brand. This is a KitchenAid. Most people have this at home already. If you don't, you could get this from Walmart. I don't know if Michael's sell these. They should. I got mine from Walmart or any other store you want to get this from. I have a KitchenAid. If some of you all have the one that's sit on the table, you can use this as well. This makes your life a lot easier if you're a baker. So this is what I have. You don't need that. You need a cupcake carrier. You just need anything to put your cupcakes in if you don't have that already. I use these plastic ones. A lot of people have cake carriers at home. You can also buy these from the dollar store. The dollar store they're going to be more durable. I have the plastic containers. You might can still pick these up at Publix. Just ask them if they sell these. They'll sell it to you separate. If not, Walmart sell these. They're at the bottom of the aisle where I told you the tip was at. And they come in a container. Michael's also sell them as well. They may come in a 6 count or something like that. Or you could get a cake box. You could get a cake box, put all your cupcakes in there. Or you could just use a foil pan, with the lid on it, and just stack your cupcakes in there. You don't necessarily have to have anything fancy for that, but just something to hold your cupcakes. If you want to use a Tupperware container with a lid, you can use that as well, so you don't have to, purchase all of these items. A dish rag and a dish towel, you already have that. I'm sorry, I'm just placing things to the side. A dish rag and a dish towel, you already have that. In your house, I just need you to have that, readily available. Parchment paper, you could get that from the dollar store as well. We're going to be using this to practice. This is the box of parchment paper. You could even get wax paper if you're going to be baking with me. I would prefer parchment paper because I don't use this to bake with, but to actually, what we're going to use it for is we're going to draw our circles on here. So you can use a circular, that's next on the list. So you have something circular, anything. I have a glass, you can use anything, just to trace your circles on the parchment paper. And that's what we're going to use to practice decorating the cupcakes before we actually begin to decorate them, because you got to keep in mind this is a contest, so you want to make your cupcakes really pretty. So I'm going to show you how to ice cupcakes and everything, and that's what we're going to use to decorate. With the parchment paper, you could draw your circles, flip it over so your icing won't have pencil marks, any lead or anything on it, and you're going to use that to trace that around. If you want to use, a circular top or something like that. The baking powder comes in this. You don't need, you're going to need this for your cupcakes anyway. You can use circular plastic top, and that way when you practice on this plastic top, you could also and make sure it's just washed and clean before we start the class if you want to use this. That way you can ice this if you want, like pretending this is a cupcake, and then you can scrape this back into the icing and reuse that. Oh, and I forgot. This is a competition, so the colors are maroon or burgundy and hunter green. I get the gel colorings if you want to flavor your cupcakes. If you want to flavor your icing, you can use gel colors. This you can get it from Michael's or Walmart. This should be about $2. I have burgundy, I have hunter green here. I have little sprinkles if you want to decorate the cupcakes. You don't have to have sprinkles if you don't want them, but I do have that. You want to be able to make your cupcake as pretty as possible. So whatever you want to buy for that, I got these little sprinkles. I believe this was 99¢ at Michael's. I also have cupcake picks, for the class of 2020. They had a few at Michael's. I have some really large ones. Talking about that, I have all-purpose flour. If you're a baker and you have cake flour at home, you can use cake flour. I don't like to use cake flour to make my cupcakes. A lot of people do. It probably makes the cupcakes taste better. I think this makes the cupcakes rise a little bit better. It has to be all-purpose flour, and I do not buy the cheap brand of this. You can use the regular salt you have at home. I don't have a picture of that. I don't have a visual of the salt. The baking powder, this is how baking powder comes. This is different from baking soda. I have a lot of people that ask me the questions. Is it the same thing? It is not the same thing. This is baking soda. This is baking powder. Some recipes call for just baking soda. Some recipes call for just baking powder. You want to make sure you have both for our recipe. You need 2 sticks of Walmart brand or any brand unsalted butter. I get Walmart brand because Walmart brand is a lot cheaper. You need 2 sticks for the cake and 1.5 sticks for the icing. So you want to make sure you get a box of Walmart brand butter. If you don't see unsalted, because like I said, we're limited on supplies, just go ahead and get the salted. But I will stick to unsalted. If you don't see Walmart brand unsalted butter or Kroger's brand, you could buy the store brand butter. Make sure that it's butter, not margarine. Margarine is not, or some kind of spread is not going to be the same as butter. If you want to get the baking butter, the Crisco that comes in the can, you could get that. I don't use that. So, but I know we're limited on supplies, so you might can't find unsalted Walmart brand butter. So you might want to get, I'm not sure, Land O'Lakes, but it has to be butter. You could stick with cheap, but it has to be butter. Do not get margarine. It will make your icing completely nasty, and you're not going to like it. Please do not try it. I tried it before, and I had to learn the hard way. I didn't have anyone to tell me that. So, you need your ingredients to be room temperature. So that's why I marked that. So if you want to get it out to, beforehand and just get prepared, just make sure that that's out at least 2 hours before the class starts. So you can start prepping about 12 o'clock. The class is going to start at 3. And if you forget for any reason, you could put that in the butter in the microwave on increments of 5 seconds. Do not put it on 1.5 minutes and stop it every 5 seconds. Your butter will melt. If you don't keep checking it or check it on time, put it in increments of 5. If you put it in there and it's still a little higher the first go around, put it on maybe 4, 3 or 4. It's going to go really quick, but that butter will melt really, really fast. You do not need your butter melted. You just need it soft enough to get the mixer to, cream it. Please do not. If you put it in the microwave for too long and it starts to melt, you might want to stick it in the refrigerator a little bit to change the consistency of it. But that is regular, white sugar. If you're baking, you need large eggs. They come in extra large, and I believe they come in medium as well. If you have eggs at home, you can use the extra large eggs. If you don't want to buy eggs, I would try to stick to large. But like I said, if you don't have everything and you want to modify and limit to what you can buy or can't, buy, extra large will be fine. I just wouldn't recommend it if you're going to continue to bake. Just start buying large eggs for the house, and then you can always, use that for baking as well. You have the vanilla extract. You can get, for that, you can get, this is pure vanilla. You don't have to get pure vanilla. If they had an imitation, the imitation is like 99 cents. I heard today that Walmart brand pure vanilla, you could get that for like $1.98. Pure vanilla is a little costly. If you want to get pure vanilla, you can. I get any brand of the buttermilk. Sometimes it'll say low fat or something like that. You could try that. But you only need about, because you only need a cup of it. So you only need about a quart or a pint for the buttermilk. That's a little costly as well. So if you don't want to get the buttermilk, you can put vinegar in your regular milk, and I'll give you the measurements of that if you need that. Come closer to the class, or you can look that up or have the kids look that up on YouTube. You do not necessarily have to have buttermilk. And then you need instant pudding. This is the strawberry shake instant pudding. This is what I use to make my cupcakes taste good. You could get this in almost any flavor. You're not going to find this at every single Walmart. If you can and you want to make strawberry, that is fine. Get this. If you cannot find this at Walmart, and this is just for the strawberry, for the vanilla cupcakes, the lemon cupcakes, and the banana pudding cupcakes, you just use a box of regular instant pudding, vanilla instant pudding. For the banana pudding, you're going to use banana cream. If you decide that you don't want to make vanilla cupcakes, you want to make a different flavor, you would just substitute this out for that flavor instant pudding. So you don't have to buy all of them. It just depends on what flavor you want to make. So you're going to go ahead and pick a flavor first. And then when you get to those items on the next page, instead of you buying vanilla instant pudding, then you will just buy banana cream instant pudding or strawberry instant pudding or lemon instant pudding and just substitute that out. I'm going to scroll down to the flavors, and we already started talking about that. The flavors are going to be vanilla, and then you will just follow that recipe all the way through. You also can make lemon, strawberry, or banana pudding. I already said that, but I just wanted to go over that again when we get to this screen. For the banana pudding, you're going to use banana cream. You're going to need that small little cup of vanilla wafers. If you want to garnish your cupcakes with the vanilla wafer after you're finished, you need banana cream pudding and 3 small bananas. You're going to need at least 3 small bananas for your batter. You're going to smash these up and put them in your batter. If you don't like fresh fruit or the texture of it in your mouth, you may not, in the cupcake, I should say, you may not want to go with the banana pudding because we actually put bananas in it. If you like banana, the flavored banana, and you want to just use the pudding, you could do that as well, because some people don't like the texture of it, but the bananas make it more like banana pudding and it tastes really good. For the strawberry, like I said, this is the strawberry instant pudding. If you cannot find this for the strawberry, you would use vanilla just to have pudding in there to make it a little bit more moist. And then you would use the gel pink food coloring to color that. And then for the lemon, same thing. You could get strawberry extract. For banana pudding, you use vanilla extract. And then for the lemon, you're going to use lemon extract. You could get lemon pudding as well. I think that is it. I hope, you all decide to participate in the class. Like I said, I am trying to get all the kids to, be able to make cupcakes like a pro by the time they finish this class. Okay, this is going to be for the winner. This is a Candy Cakes cookbook calendar. So it will have, this is not going to be the actual calendar, but it will be similar to this. So once you win, it'll take maybe 3 to 4 weeks and it'll be delivered straight to your house. And I'm just going to let you see a little bit of what's inside the calendar. It'll have pictures in here and recipes. And also, if you want to join some of my classes after this, you will be able to do that. Or join me on social media. I'm on YouTube as Baking with Candy. I'm on Instagram as Candy Cakes by Miss D, all one word. And that is my social media page for Facebook as well. Hope you enjoy the class and you continue to follow me on social media after you leave KBA.